Well, hello, you magnificent human being, you. Hi, I'm Joseph McClendon III, and if I know you, hello again. And if I don't, I'll share with you a little bit about myself here in a moment, but for now, I got two questions for you. Two questions that'll help you go further, faster, in whatever it is that you want to make happen in your life. What do you want to accomplish? First question, how do you define success? What does it mean to you? Second question is, how would you redefine success if your current definition isn't helping you get there as efficiently or as quickly as you might like? Now, obviously, the answers to both of those questions varies from person to person, but I want to give you 5 steps to help you go further, faster, and actually make it more likely that you actually will do the things that are necessary to go further, faster in your life and your accomplishments. Like I said, my name is Joseph McClendon III, and by profession, I'm a psychologist. I help people get over fears and phobias and emotional challenges. But by trade, I'm what's known as an ultimate performance specialist, kind of a high-end life coach, if you will, specializing in helping people go further, faster. And let's start off here. Now, like I said, everybody's definition of success varies and it's different, but I'm going to give you what my definition is. And if this works for you, that's great. And if you can use it to change the quality of your life and redefine it, then that's even better. So success to me is the feeling, the emotion that we get when we are accomplishing, meaning we're doing something to make it happen, and when we reach that goal and pass that goal and we look at it. It's a feeling, it's an emotion, it's a success. Success is an emotion. Now you think about this. When people get what they want, say whether it's a lot of money or whether it's a nice car or, accomplishing something, whatever it is, what happens? They feel good about it. They feel successful. And so when we come from that place, here's what most people believe. They believe that success is what we have or what we get and what we do. But the truth of the matter is, if we don't feel good, if we don't feel successful, like we can do it, then we probably won't do it. And that is why procrastination and hesitation and fear of failure and fear of success, all of those things are the thieves of our dreams, and they steal things from our lives. So I want to give you 5 steps, if you will. And these steps, again, are going to help you feel success first, because it's not have, do, be, it's be, do, have. Be successful, meaning feel it, and then you'll do more, and then you'll have more. Now, so the first step is this, and I want you to write this down. First step is, number 1, remember. Remember how successful you already are. And what I mean by that is this: success is built on success. You learned how to walk by putting one foot in front of the other. You fell over and then you did it and then you did it again, and you got more successful. You built on that. You moved to the next rung in the ladder by pushing off of the previous step or the previous rung. That's how it is. So in your mind, in your psychology, if you're feeling like, well, wait a minute, I'm already successful, then what happens is there's dopamine release, we start to feel good, and we're actually more likely to do what we need to do. So I always say, what you write is what you invite. So write down any and everything. Take 15 minutes and just write down any and everything you've ever been successful at. Because what happens is when you remember, you put back. Dismember is to take apart. To remember means to put back together. You start to feel it. And I'm not talking just the great stuff. I'm talking about walking and talking and riding a bicycle. You will run out of things to do, but that searching process will rewire your brain. Dopamine release, and your body feels better, and you feel like, okay, well, I can do something else. And then from that, you go to step number 2, and that is to reconsider. Reconsider means to reconsider the things that you maybe have failed at or you haven't accomplished at the level that you want. And what I mean by that is oftentimes people wallow in the failures and the things that they failed at. But listen, if you learned something and you reconsider that, wait a minute, that was just another rung in my ladder. That was just another lesson. And you reconsider it, then guess what? You let the pressure off. And guess what? You feel better. You could feel like, okay, well, just because I didn't get it then doesn't mean that I'm not going to get it in the future. And you start to rewire your brain again. Step number 3. Now, by the way, I call these the 5 R's in case you haven't figured it out yet. Step number 3 is to rewrite your goals, meaning your dreams, your goals, your desires, the things that you want to make happen. And in all of those areas of your life, I always say that we all want to be wealthy, healthy, happy, and financially abundant. So if you write your goals, rewrite them down, rewrite them, because as you write, you invite psychology. Remember, write it down. The amount of money that you want to have, the car that you want to drive, the house you want to live in, the relationship, because as you're writing it while you're already in that state, in that great state, you're successful, then guess what? Your brain is saying, we can do this. We we can do this. Next is to remind. Remind means to, I'm going to say the last two together. Remind and refocus. Number 4 is to remind. Number 5 is to refocus. Remind yourself to refocus. What does that mean? I use my phone. I always tell Siri, remind me to refocus on my dreams, my goals and desires. And when that goes off, guess what? I refocus. I go back and I look at it again and I feel good about it. And then guess what happens? All of this stuff is building an internal level of certainty, joy, and success inside you. So here's what happens. The next time it's time to go do what you need to do, make that phone call or stay up later, do something, or, do something more than you might normally do or other people do, then guess what? You'll get some internal, not drive, you'll get internal pull. You're pulled towards that carrot on the stick that you've already put in yourself. Listen, these 5 steps, do them, first off, the first one, do them every day for the next 5 or 10 days. And here's what happens is you'll start to notice that you feel more successful and you feel like you can do things. The doubt, the yak, the uncertainty starts to dissipate. Now, I know I went over these really, really quickly, but you can get more information. Please join me. You can go to neuroencoding.com. I'm the founder of the Neuroencoding Institute, and there's more details, there's more things about this. And if this has been useful to you, don't hang on to it. Pass it on, give it to somebody else. You don't have to give me credit for it, but share it with somebody else. And I'd be looking forward to hearing your successes in this as well. So lastly, remember this. Life is exactly what you dare to make it. And fortune favors the bold. So the trick to life is to boldly step up and dare to make your life magnificent. I look forward to seeing you at the top.